Welcome to my channel Echoes of Coin. 2 coins. 1 rand. 2 rand. Used every day, ignored by most. Yet each carries the weight of South Africa's struggle, survival, and rebirth. What secrets could such small coins possibly hold? And why does their story matter more than you think? The South African 1 rand 2010 coin represents far more than a simple unit of currency. It is a silent witness to a nation that has endured centuries of transformation, struggle, resilience, and rebirth. By the time the year 2010 arrived, South Africa had already traveled a long and complex road, moving from colonial rule through apartheid and into a democratic era that sought unity in diversity. The 1 rand coin issued in 2010 stands at this crossroads of history, symbolizing stability, identity, and continuity in a modern African state. To understand the significance of the 1 rand 2010 coin, it is important to understand the evolution of South African money itself. Before the rand was introduced, South Africa used the South African pound, which was directly linked to the British monetary system. This reflected the country's colonial ties and economic dependence on Britain. In 1961, when South Africa became a republic, the rand replaced the pound, marking a powerful shift toward national independence and a distinct economic identity. The rand was divided into 100 cents, and from the very beginning, it was designed to reflect local heritage rather than colonial influence. The name rand itself comes from the Witwatersrand, the ridge where gold was discovered in the late 19th century. This discovery changed South Africa forever, transforming it into one of the world's most important mining economies. Gold became the backbone of South Africa's wealth, and the rand was born from this golden foundation. Even decades later, every rand coin carries the legacy of that discovery, reminding the world that South Africa's economy was forged deep beneath the earth. By 2010, the rand had already survived major political and economic storms. It endured international sanctions during the apartheid era, extreme inflationary pressures, and global market volatility. Yet it remained resilient. The 1 rand coin minted in 2010 emerged during a period of renewed global attention towards South Africa, as the country hosted the FIFA World Cup that same year. This global event placed South Africa under an international spotlight, showcasing its progress, culture, and ambition. The 2010 rand coins circulated among citizens and visitors alike, passing through countless hands during one of the most celebrated years in the nation's modern history. The physical design of the 1 rand 2010 coin is both simple and deeply symbolic. Typically, the coin features the South African coat of arms, which was officially adopted in 2000. This coat of arms replaced older designs that no longer reflected the values of the democratic nation. At the center of the emblem is a shield, often associated with protection and strength, while human figures reach toward one another, symbolizing unity. Above them, a rising sun represents rebirth and hope, while the secretary bird with outstretched wings signifies vigilance and protection of the nation against enemies. Every element of the coat of arms tells a story of struggle, reconciliation, and forward movement. The inscription South Africa often appears in multiple languages on the coin, reflecting the country's rich linguistic diversity. South Africa recognizes 11 official languages, and this diversity is a cornerstone of national identity. The presence of different languages on currency reinforces the idea that the nation belongs to all its people, regardless of background or heritage. The 1 rand 2010 coin therefore becomes a small but powerful symbol of inclusion. The reverse side of the coin typically displays the denomination clearly, ensuring practicality in daily transactions. Yet even this functional aspect carries meaning. The modest value of 1 rand represents accessibility. It is a coin used by people from all walks of life, from rural villages to bustling cities. It buys basic necessities, contributes to daily commerce, and supports the rhythm of ordinary life. While higher value coins and banknotes may symbolize wealth and power, the 1 rand coin represents the everyday economy, the foundation upon which larger systems are built. Material composition also plays a crucial role in understanding the coin's importance. The 1 rand 2010 coin is usually made from a durable metal alloy designed to withstand years of circulation. This durability mirrors the endurance of the South African people themselves. Despite political change, economic hardship, and social challenges, the nation has persisted. A coin that resists wear and corrosion becomes a fitting metaphor for that resilience. From a collector's perspective, the 1 Rand 2010 coin holds unique interest. While it is not extremely rare, its historical context adds value beyond its face denomination. Coins minted during significant national events often attract attention from numismatists, and 2010 stands out as a landmark year due to the World Cup. Many collectors seek coins from this period as tangible reminders of South Africa's moment on the global stage. Over time, even common circulation coins can gain sentimental and historical value, especially when tied to moments of national pride. The 1 Rand coin also reflects South Africa's approach to monetary policy. The South African Reserve Bank has long emphasized stability and credibility. By maintaining consistent coinage designs and high minting standards, the Reserve Bank reinforces public trust in the currency. In a world where digital payments are rapidly increasing, physical coins like the 1 Rand remain important, especially in communities where cash transactions are still essential. Culturally, money in South Africa carries layered meanings. During the apartheid era, economic inequality was stark, and access to financial resources was deeply unequal. After 1994, economic transformation became a key goal of the democratic government. The Rand, including the 1 Rand coin, became part of efforts to integrate previously marginalized communities into the formal economy. Every coin spent or saved became a small step toward participation in a shared national system. The year 2010 also marked a period of optimism for South Africa. Infrastructure projects, tourism growth, and international investment surged in preparation for the World Cup. The 1 Rand coin circulated during this time of hope, exchanged in markets, transport systems, and stadiums. For many citizens, it became associated with memories of celebration, unity, and global recognition. Symbolically, the modest size of the 1 Rand coin does not diminish its importance. In fact, its smallness enhances its meaning. It represents the idea that even the smallest units contribute to the greater whole. Just as 1 Rand adds up to larger sums, individual efforts combine to shape national progress. This message aligns closely with South Africa's post-apartheid philosophy of collective responsibility and shared destiny. The coin also reflects South Africa's natural heritage. While the 1 Rand 2010 coin itself may not feature wildlife imagery, the broader tradition of South African coinage often includes iconic animals such as the springbok, elephant, and kudu. This tradition highlights the country's rich biodiversity and the importance of conservation. The Rand, therefore, is not only an economic tool but also a cultural messenger, carrying images and symbols that connect people to the land. Over time, the purchasing power of the 1 Rand has changed, influenced by inflation and economic shifts. What 1 Rand could buy decades ago differs greatly from what it could purchase in 2010. Yet the coin remains relevant as a unit of measure, a reminder of economic evolution. Studying such coins helps historians and economists understand broader trends in cost of living, wages, and consumer behavior. The 1 Rand 2010 coin also serves as an educational artifact. For younger generations, it offers a tangible link to recent history. Holding the coin invites questions about where it came from, why it looks the way it does, and what was happening in the country when it was minted. In this way, a simple coin becomes a gateway to deeper learning about national identity and historical change. Internationally, the Rand is one of the most traded emerging market currencies. The existence of stable, well-designed coins like the 1 Rand supports the Rand's reputation in global markets. While foreign exchange traders may focus on digital numbers, physical currency reinforces the credibility of the monetary system behind those numbers. As years pass, the 1 Rand 2010 coin gradually moves from active circulation into drawers, collections, and forgotten corners. Yet its story does not fade. Each scratch and mark tells of journeys taken, transactions made, and lives touched. Coins are among the most democratic historical objects. They pass through countless hands, connecting strangers across time and space. In the context of modern technology, Where digital wallets and contactless payments dominate headlines, the continued existence of physical coins raises questions about the future of money. The 1 Rand 2010 coin stands at this transition point between traditional and digital economies. It reminds us that money is not only a technological tool but also a cultural artifact shaped by human experience. Ultimately, the South African 1 Rand 2010 coin is a symbol of continuity. It links the gold-driven origins of the rand to a modern democratic society striving for equality and growth. It reflects a nation proud of its diversity, aware of its past, and hopeful for its future. Though small in size and modest in value, the coin carries immense historical and cultural weight. When viewed through this lens, the 1 Rand 2010 coin is no longer just spare change. It becomes a storyteller, quietly narrating South Africa's journey through time. It reminds us that history often hides in plain sight, embedded in the objects we use every day. And in that sense, the 1 Rand 2010 coin truly earns its place as a meaningful echo of South Africa's enduring legacy. The South African 2 Rand 2002 coin is more than a piece of metal used in everyday transactions. It is a reflection of a nation redefining itself in the early years of a new millennium, still healing from the scars of its past, while shaping a future built on unity, identity, and resilience. By 2002, South Africa had already experienced profound political transformation, and the coins circulating in people's pockets quietly carried the story of that change. To fully understand the importance of the 2 Rand 2002 coin, it is essential to look at the journey of the South African rand itself. The rand was introduced in 1961 when South Africa became a republic and moved away from the British pound system. This shift was not merely economic. It was symbolic. It represented a desire for independence and a break from colonial structures. The rand was named after the Witwatersrand, the region where gold was discovered, a discovery that reshaped South Africa's economy and global importance. From its very origin, the rand was deeply connected to the land, its resources, and its people. By the time 2002 arrived, South Africa had been a democracy for less than a decade. The first democratic elections in 1994 marked the end of apartheid, a system that had enforced racial segregation and economic inequality for decades. The years that followed were marked by hope, uncertainty, reform, and reconstruction. Currency played a quiet but powerful role in this transformation. Coins and banknotes were redesigned to reflect a new national identity, one that acknowledged diversity, unity, and shared ownership of the country's future. The 2 Rand coin holds a special place in South African coinage. Unlike smaller denominations, it represents a balance between everyday practicality and symbolic value. It is frequently used, easily recognized, and substantial enough to feel important without being extravagant. In 2002, the 2 Rand coin circulated widely, passing through the hands of workers, students, traders, commuters, and families. Each exchange was a small moment of trust in the national economy. The design of the 2 Rand 2002 coin reflects South Africa's commitment to representing its values through its currency. One of the most prominent features commonly found on coins from this era is the South African coat of arms, which was officially adopted in 2000. This new coat of arms replaced older symbols associated with colonial and apartheid-era governments. It was designed to speak to all South Africans, regardless of background. At the heart of the coat of arms is a shield, symbolizing protection and strength. Within it are human figures inspired by ancient rock art, reaching toward one another. These figures represent unity, humanity, and the idea that South Africa's strength lies in its people. Above the shield, a rising sun symbolizes rebirth, renewal, and hope for the future. The secretary bird, with its wings spread wide, stands as a symbol of vigilance and protection, ready to defend the nation from harm. Each element of the design was chosen carefully, making the coin not just a monetary tool but a cultural statement. Language also plays a significant role in South African coinage. South Africa recognizes 11 official languages, a reflection of its extraordinary cultural diversity. Coins often include inscriptions that honor this diversity, reinforcing the idea that the nation belongs to everyone. The 2 Rand 2002 coin, through its text and symbols, quietly communicates inclusion and shared identity. The year 2002 itself was an important moment in South Africa's post-apartheid journey. The country was still navigating the challenges of economic inequality, unemployment, and social transformation. At the same time, it was gaining respect on the international stage as a stable democracy in Africa. The rand, including the 2 rand coin, became a symbol of this stability. Despite global economic pressures, South Africa maintained a functioning and credible monetary system. The physical characteristics of the 2 rand 2002 coin also carry meaning. Made from a durable metal alloy, the coin was designed to withstand years of circulation. This durability reflects endurance, an appropriate quality for a nation that had survived centuries of conflict, colonization, and division. Over time, scratches and wear appear on the coin's surface, each mark representing a journey, a transaction, or a moment in someone's life. For many South Africans, the 2 rand coin became associated with everyday routines. It paid for transport, small groceries, school needs, and daily necessities. It was often part of change given at shops or markets, making it one of the most familiar coins in circulation. Familiarity, however, does not diminish significance. On the contrary, the more a coin is used, the more deeply it becomes embedded in social life. From a historical perspective, coins like the 2 rand 2002 offer valuable insights into economic conditions. Inflation, purchasing power, and consumer behavior can all be studied through the lens of currency. What 2 rand could buy in 2002 differs from what it can buy today. This change tells a broader story about economic growth, challenges, and shifts in the cost of living. Collectors and numismatists also find interest in the 2 rand 2002 coin. While it is not considered extremely rare, its value lies in its context. Coins minted during the early democratic period of South Africa are often seen as historically important. They represent a nation redefining itself, making deliberate choices about symbols, language, and representation. Over time, such coins may gain increased interest as artifacts of a transformative era. The role of the South African Reserve Bank in issuing and regulating currency is another important aspect of the coin story. The Reserve Bank has long focused on maintaining price stability and public confidence. By producing consistent, high-quality coinage, it reinforces trust in the monetary system. Trust is essential in any economy, and physical currency plays a key role in maintaining that trust, especially in communities where digital banking is less accessible. The 2 rand coin also highlights the relationship between money and identity. Currency is one of the most visible expressions of statehood. It carries official symbols, language, and values into everyday life. In a diverse country like South Africa, this visibility matters. The 2 rand 2002 coin quietly reinforces the idea that all citizens share ownership of the nation and its economy. In rural areas where cash transactions remain common, the 2 rand coin has particular importance. It supports local trade, informal markets, and small-scale economic activity. These grassroots economies form the backbone of many communities. The circulation of coins like the 2 rand ensures that economic participation is not limited to urban or affluent populations. The coin also exists within a broader tradition of South African coinage that often celebrates nature, wildlife, and heritage. While the 2 rand 2002 coin itself may focus on national symbols, it is part of a system that frequently highlights the country's natural beauty and biodiversity. This tradition reinforces a connection between the economy and the land, reminding users that South Africa's wealth is deeply tied to its environment. As technology advanced in the early 2000s, the world began moving toward digital payments. Yet physical coins remained essential. In 2002, smartphones and mobile banking were not yet widespread. Coins like the 2 rand were central to daily life. Even as digital systems grow today, these coins remain symbols of a more tangible relationship with money. Over time, many 2 rand 2002 coins have disappeared from active circulation. Some have been lost, some stored away, and others worn beyond use. Yet their story continues. Each coin that survives becomes a small historical document, offering insight into the era in which it was minted. For historians, economists, and collectors, such coins provide a direct physical link to the past. The emotional dimension of money should not be overlooked. Coins often become associated with memories. A 2 Rand coin might remind someone of their first job, a daily commute, or a simple purchase that mattered at the time. These personal connections give currency a human dimension that goes beyond numbers and value. Internationally, the Rand is one of the most actively traded African currencies. Its reputation depends not only on economic indicators but also on confidence in institutions and governance. Coins like the 2 Rand 2002, produced with care and consistency, contribute to that confidence. They are physical evidence of an organized, functioning state. The early 2000s were also a period of cultural renewal in South Africa. Music, film, sports, and literature flourished as artists explored themes of identity and freedom. Currency existed alongside this cultural movement, reflecting similar values of unity and pride. The symbols on the 2 Rand coin aligned with a broader national narrative of belonging and shared destiny. Ultimately, the South African 2 Rand 2002 coin represents continuity and change at the same time. It carries the legacy of the Rand's origins in gold and industry, while embracing new symbols that reflect democracy and inclusivity. It is a reminder that even ordinary objects can carry extraordinary meaning. Though modest in value, the 2 Rand 2002 coin stands as a quiet witness to history. It passed through countless hands during a critical period in South Africa's journey. It supported daily life, reflected national values, and reinforced economic trust. In its worn edges and engraved symbols lies the story of a nation still defining itself. Seen through this lens, the 2 Rand 2002 coin is not just currency. It is a piece of South Africa's living history, a small but powerful echo of transformation, resilience, and hope that continues to resonate long after the coin leaves circulation.